So I'm walking through the streets here in the beautiful city of Toronto, and I seem to pick up this really potent scent. It was really quite bothersome, and I was searching around trying to figure out what was infiltrating my nose with this nauseating and pretentious smell. And then I remembered, oh yeah, the Toronto International Film Festival is in town. Yeah! There's nothing quite like the stench of overpaid and overappreciated movie stars that seems to turn people into annoyingly intolerable celebrity worshippers. Like seeing my Facebook and Twitter news feeds get blown the fuck up by a person who sees another person in a movie that they like, so this seems to warrant taking like 112 fucking pictures of them and posting it for everyone to see. Like, wow, I give a shit. Not really. Or they'll have a celebrity encounter and it'll be like the greatest thing that has ever happened to them in their life. You'll bump into people and they'll go, oh my god, I just seen Hugh Jackman. How dreamy. My life is now complete. Then I go, oh, so you're really into movies then. Who's your favorite director? And they just look at me, stare at me blankly like, what does a director mean? I just like him because he's hot. Well, it's good to see that your priorities are in check. Great thinking. You do know that guys like Hugh Jackman are only just puppets for the directors to play around with in their little films, right? You do know that the directors cast guys that look a certain way because they know idiots like you will helplessly worship over them as if they actually deserve it. The actors may be good in their own right, but they're not half as talented as the directors who create the ideas which make the movies great in the first place. And this wouldn't bother me so much if we were actually open and honest about the fact that we don't really care about talent in films, but we're not. People still insist to me that, oh, she's a good actress, oh, he's a good actor. I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. What does a good actor or actress even mean? Here's my impression of a good actor, okay? Here's my impression. What do you want me to say, and how do you want me to say it? The very idea of having a favorite actor is like looking at a painting and preferring the paint to the painter. So did you guys see Ashton Kutcher at the Teen Choice Awards when he went up in front of those kids and says, your brains are what's sexy? How can he just go and fucking lie to them like that? They're kids, man. So brazen about it too, like he's actually convinced that it's the truth. It's not. Your brains are not what people will find sexy. And I'm gonna prove it to you, okay? Picture this. Picture an extremely attractive person with the most annoying personality possible. You got that? You got that visualization nice and set in your minds? Okay. And now picture an extremely ugly person with one of the greatest personalities humanly imaginable. Okay, you got that all pictured in your head? Now, which one are you more likely to flirt with, desire, become attracted to, and select as a potential breeding partner? I rest my case. The truth of the matter is that we are incredibly animal-like people with incredibly animal-like desires who are primarily concerned with body image in our mate selection process. We do seem to realize that this lump of matter inside of our skulls is somewhat relevant to the equation, but not as much as body image. If you're as dumb as a bag of fucking bricks, your physical attractiveness isn't going to really carry you all that far. But that being said, if you're born with a smart brain, it's not half as good as being born with a lucky body. Therefore, intelligence is not sexy if we are to base our opinions on empirically tested fact. So hey, Ashton Kutcher, here's a little tidbit of advice to you. How about you shut the fuck up and stop prancing around on your fucking high horse just because you dated somebody who was 20 years older than you? Demi Moore was still hot then anyways. It's not like you were gonna be changing her Depends when she's in her 60s and you're in her 40s, okay? And it's not like the girls are paying attention to what you're saying anyways. They're sitting there going, oh my god, he's so hot right now. I totally agree with the words that he's saying. Whatever the fuck he's supposed to be saying right now. So what I think is happening with Ashton Kutcher is that his brain is permanently stuck as Kelso from That 70s Show, from having to act like him for so long, and now it's just like that all the time, like, oh yeah, brains are totally sexy, yeah. So why then, if intelligence is sexy, does there seem to be an overwhelming amount of people of a certain body type that advertisers and music videos and movies tend to prefer to sell their ideas for them? Is that just a coincidence? I don't think so, not at all. And I'm not one of these people who's in favor of it either. I think we should have advertising and movies reflect a better balance of real people with real bodies that we see in real life, and not just this idealized version of people that we want to promote. To me, I don't give a fuck whether it's Louis Anderson or Ben Affleck playing Batman in the next upcoming film. It's still equally as realistic to me, which is not very. But you can't sit here and tell me that we don't use a certain body type to try and portray Batman. Is Batman given to the hardest working actor in the business? Fuck no. Ben Affleck is picked for Batman because he fits a certain mold. That mold that we use for everything. Tall, skinny, and chiseled. In reality, if things were fair, you would think that I would see more of these people that I'm used to seeing in real life being used as actors and actresses and advertisers and models. But I don't. So cut the fucking lies, ashhole. The first step in solving our problems is admitting that we have them, not stating the contrary and hoping that they'll just go away. And I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody who works hard either. Just don't sit there and tell me that somebody who isn't experiencing a massive amount of success and popularity is only not doing so because he's not working hard enough. Because that's not the truth, and I've got a big fucking problem with that. The truth of the matter is that we prefer certain body types, and those who fit those certain body types have a much easier time doing anything, not just acting in the movies either. What we need is more ugly people in Hollywood. Beautiful people have an easy enough time to begin with. They don't need to be famous. We need to learn to reduce the effect that people we like, merely because of their physical attraction, are having on art as a whole. If you're a gorgeous looking moron, life is easy enough for you anyways. So stop dumbing down good art because people can't judge it qualitatively.